Hi, everyone. It's Mo, Samantha, and Janella, and we're back with another episode that you don't want to miss on the Deeper Than Tech podcast, where we talk about how to grow your career in an industry that was not designed with you in mind. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about is keeping up with technology worth your time? We'll be deep diving into this topic, but before we do, if you are loving our podcast, which I know you are, make sure that you share this with your friends or coworkers. Just do us a solid. All right, a couple of questions. So our topic today is keeping up with technology worth your time? And I guess, it depends on your job because right now we have like different people on the panel. Me being a software engineer, where we're always told that we're supposed to be, keeping up with the latest and the greatest, or kind of being paid to learn. And then Janella, you do what in technology again?
I'm a scrum master.
You're a scrum master. So you have the same thing where you have to keep up with all the technology. So how do you do it? What are kind of tools are we using right now to keep up with the latest and greatest?
You know what? I feel like I need to keep up more. I spent so much time pivoting and learning and going in on getting into tech that when I got here, I took a break and the break is like still going. And now I'm like, damn, I got to get back up and learn some more stuff before I get left behind. So, honestly, just right now, the tools are your LinkedIn Learning, your Udemy, your TikTok. I just got on TikTok this week and I'm like, okay, I see what people talking about. I need to get off of here. But really just those courses. Like I was heavy in the certs, but now I'm like, no, sis, you need to learn like details, like intricate, like AWS, cloud, things like that. And then also snatching some of the keywords from recruiters when you're talking to recruiters. Like I always ask, like, hey, what do you got? What are you looking for? Like, what are some of the keywords that you look up? And so I take some of that stuff and some of that feedback, and then I'll go do my own research so that I can modify my resume.
I love the fact that you said like you're checking out like what companies are looking for, and those are the things that you want to like be up to knowledge with. I think that's a great idea. For me, I'm at a point in my career, just like Janella, like you're like busting, grinding, going hard, trying to learn all these new technologies. And now that I'm comfortable, I'm not doing that as much. So to learn new technologies for me is kind of hard because I'm not used to learning anymore. So it's like a new brainstem. So like if I was going to start interviewing again, I'm afraid of those algorithms. Like how am I going to learn those algorithms again? So for me, like how I guess I keep up would be like seeing like Twitter and like following like the tech industry people and seeing what they're learning. Like I would kind of follow some of those things. Like Gatsby was really popular at one point, so I was like, okay, let me learn Gatsby. And now Next.js is like really important now, so like, okay, let me learn Next.js. I think since I'm such a front end developer, like that's what I'm focusing on. But like it's hard to keep up with those technologies. So I think for me it would be more useful to like learn now because I feel comfortable with front end to like start learning like back end technology or start learning like Web3 or something like completely out of my field. I think that would be a little bit more fun than trying to keep up with the current tech field.
That's not bad. I was gonna say the same thing. Like I generally, if it's something because I know I need this for my job, it's not necessarily learning new technology, but it's learning the technology that I'm using right now, like deep diving into it. And usually what I do, I follow like subject matter experts in that topic on Twitter, or I'll follow them on Instagram, and they usually have like little snippets of information that would get me interested, and then I'll go and do some further research myself. But it's also, what we're doing right now, podcasts. I would play podcasts in the background. They say things that I don't remember or things that I should be interested in. So they were podcasts. You can naturally and easily stay up to date with the latest technology. I mean,
Ooh, I love that. I love that shout out.
I didn't mean to do like a self plug, but
It happened. It's all right. We love it.
what other tools are we doing to do it? So that's mainly we're using like social media and then classes. Like Jenna, you said like classes. Are you talking more of like what is it? The ones that we use a lot now, like LinkedIn Learning.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I'm kind of going back to my old little bag of learning, because, and honestly, I utilize a lot of the developers in my job too. Like, I'm not scared to be like, hey, can I get some time on your calendar so you can show me this really quick, or or they're always like wanting to help me with anything that I may be confused about. So now where I'm at, and because I'm like heavily into the metaverse a little bit more, like I got an Oculus right here, like I'm like, oh girl, I need to learn this stuff. I think for me, I want to jump out and learn that. Like I kind of want to leave everything that's in between behind and go straight to where, we going. I don't really, I mean, I care about the other stuff, but I'm like, do I need to spend my time learning about the little stuff in between that got us here? Like, take me to AWS, take me to Web3, like you were saying, take me to crypto, NFTs, like, take me there.
You can only go so far into something, and you're just like, okay.
It's a little short ledge right now.
Because even at your company, like in React, we went from classes to functions for our components. Some people are still stuck in classes. Like they haven't moved over to components. So like you kind of just learn what you need on the job. Like if you do anything extra, it's like outside the job to kind of learn it. So like we said last episode, we want to drink our mimosas. So that's what we're doing.
Well, that's a good segue. I mean, you can spend all day learning it. But is learning the new technologies or new information for your job, what's the cost savings? I mean, is it worth your time? How do you feel about that?
I don't know at your job if it's worth the time. I think it's worth the company's time for you to keep up and date. But I think if you're doing side projects, it would be worth the time.
I think it's definitely worth your time, especially if you're in the market for a job. And it's like, when are you not in the market? You should always kind of be in the market, even if you're just casually looking.
Stay ready so you never have to get ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's worth my time, all right. It's gonna pay me a little more. But as far as I guess at work, again, just if anything, being up to date with like my team is doing, or maybe outside teams, so that I can know what's going on. But once you kind of perfect that, companies move slow. Like they can't grow or learn as fast as I'm learning outside of work. We are pivoting from on-prem to cloud. I might learn cloud in a month, and we may still be trying to, migrate over in the next 2 years. So I think it is essential and worth it, but don't stop at where your company is. Keep going.
So, what are the indicators that we're learning the right technologies? How do you know that you are actually studying or looking at the right things and that's going to be helpful?
I would just say mentorship, finding somebody to mentor you, and not just have one person, have multiple people trying to guide you in the career. Like for me right now, code focus, but I have learned that I really enjoy product management. And so like now I'm like picking up tools about product management and how I can use that to help make my coding stronger. I can make decisions about scope and stuff. And that's because I talked to my manager, who is also encouraging me to go in this direction. Like this is not something I would just do on my own, but I find it very interesting.
Yeah. I think I'm going to add to that. Like my manager definitely pushed me in the last 6 months. And I can definitely say I'm a stronger Scrum Master project manager than I ever been, because I just kind of put myself out there. I got in the weeds a little more. I was a little more active with learning and talking to business and other teams. So yeah. And I think mentor, I love the word mentor, but it's like, where y'all find a man? I always end up being a mentor. Like I can be, but I feel like I can never find one of my own. But I guess it's also the tag too. I have plenty of people that have taught me plenty of things. So I won't take that for granted. But it's just like, that one person with me throughout the journey. Like I want a mentor. So call it any mentors.
Oh, I don't think that's a true thing, though. I think that's a unicorn vision. I don't think anybody has that one person. I think because everybody has such busy work lives and busy, everyday lives, you have certain people that you're picking from that are helping you in different aspects of your career.
My therapist could be a mentor, right? She actually helped me out and pointed me into the direction of score.org. I'm not sure a lot of people know that, but you can get free mentorship from industry leaders. Yeah, y'all are both shaking your head like you didn't know this either.
What is this?
Score what?
Score.org. They have them in like I guess most major cities, where you just talk to industry leaders, like people who've been in the industry. Like I want to start my own business, so I talked to some guy who does startups, and he's like, this is what you should do for free. So there's like programs out there for us to learn what technologies to learn from other people.
See, you learn new stuff on a podcast every day. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there again. Didn't know about that before. Is there any other things or tidbits you think would be helpful for the listeners about, keeping up with technology or the latest and greatest?
Yeah, it sounds like we aren't actually keeping up with the technology in our field, We are growing at our point in our careers by learning other fields and bringing that information back into our fields, because we can't really dive deep anymore. We're like at a breaking point, but we want to learn. We want to keep growing. So we have to like other industries and use those to our advantage.
And what do they call it? T-shaped skills, right? So it's just like you want to be well-rounded and know a little bit of each thing, so that when you are going into a company that, you're a software engineer, but they're practicing agile, it would probably be great for you to know a little bit of how that works.
Yeah, I don't like agile. But yeah, I should know how that works. I'm sorry. I know you love it.
I think you mentioned this before, Sam, but do you feel like no matter like how much we try, that we'll always fall behind in some aspects of our career?
Yes. There's so much technology out there. It's moving so fast. Like Janella has NFTs in her background right now, right? And I don't even know how to even begin with NFTs. So I always just feel like I'm just trying to catch up with the new technology. But we can't be good at everything. It's just not possible unless you are like, I hate to say his name, but Elon Musk. Like, it's just not possible to keep up with all this technology and be able to do everything at once. Like, I want to know so much. I want to know about stocks. But that's going to be like a big thing in the metaverse, right? Like, I read about people like buying land and you could sell your land with real money. I'm like, that's crazy that we are moving into this space, but I can't keep up. There's so much.
Absolutely. Honestly, and I say this all the time, like technology, you will never really know, because we are the front runners. We are on the front lines. We are discovering, like we are doing the first part of the work. So we'll never be ahead of something that is brand spanking new. Like, and if you are ahead, you're an alien.
So you're trying to tell me not everybody here is not in the metaverse yet? Me either. I just talk a mess.
But in the midst of all of that, I do want the listeners to give themselves some grace, because FOMO is real, and we can go out and spend all our money on all these new gadgets, or like trying to buy NFTs or putting your money into crypto, and you don't know what the hell is going on. Give yourself some grace. Even the people that are in this world, the front runners, they don't know. So don't feel like you got to go learn this overnight and go throw all your money into it. Like, take your time, do your research, give yourself some grace.
Yeah. Take your time in learning those new technologies. So, with that being said, are we playing catch up right now with the technology? Is it that far ahead? Because we didn't mention how the metaverse, the NFTs, just these different things like crypto and everything that is just the information is flooding us like a fire hose. Are we playing catch up?
I personally think this is why it's so big and you've got everyday people getting on it, is because we are in a oh gosh, look, Nipsey Hussle said it. We are in a position where we are on the verge of something new. And if we don't get on top of it because it's new to everybody, then we will be playing catch up. So that is part of why I feel like people should definitely research and look into it and try to find some type of investment or interest in it, because 10 years, 20 years down the line, you will be playing catch up. You will be, our great great grandmama trying to put our debit card on the Amazon. Like, so if it's a perfect time to start, right? Because you are with everyone else. You won't be alone learning the new technology. So it's not too late at all. In fact, you're early if you are starting.
So, with everything being said, don't get caught up in trying to follow every tech trend. Know that your skill set will need to change over time, and that's okay. But just make sure your resources reflect those changes. Okay, thank you everybody for listening to another episode of Deeper Than Tech podcast. We would love if you can tag us on social media. Let us know that we're doing a great job. We love that feedback from you. We look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, this is out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.